Interpretas a un personaje llamado Mia y no he podido evitar acordarme de Mia Farrow en La Semilla del Diablo. ¿Fue una inspiración para ti? ¿Qué actrices te sirvieron de inspiración mientras preparabas el papel?
Definitely Mia Farrow was a reference. Rosemary's Baby was a big reference. So was Polanski's Repulsion, and Catherine Deneuve in that. You know, Julie Christie in Don't Look Now. There was so many. I mean, you know, all of Hitchcock's, classic heroines were. The movie was pitched as an homage to a time in horror that was very celebrated, you know, in the 1970s, late 60s, 70s, and that's what intrigued me about the project, you know, because some of my favorite films in the genre are of that time, and those actresses for me are very iconic, and to play homage to that was a big appeal. It was kind of, you know, that was what drew me.
¿Qué pensaste de Expediente Warren?
Well, I'd seen The Conjuring and I'd really liked it. You know, I thought it was a very well-made film, and it was just a beautiful film even before you applied the genre on top, and very effective, and you can't, you know, deny that, you know, people want more of that. You know, it was a huge commercial success, and it was a real testament to all the people involved in it. And then when they spoke to me about this project, I was just excited to work with people who had, you know, really, really delivered something quite special, you know, in a genre that's easily abused, I think, you know, and that a very gratuitous horror there's more of that around, and I think, yeah, they really brought it back to great filmmaking and great performances and story-based plots, and there's no gimmick. It's very grassroots in their scares, and I like that. So, you know, it's just good quality. So it was a big appeal in that sense.
¿Qué opinas del género de terror?
Oh, you know, horror is an incredible genre because it's so escapist for your audience. You know, you go to a horror film and you can forget everything about your daily life, and it's just so immersive, and I love that. You know, all great art is kind of a physical experience as well, and I love that about horror, because, you know, you have such a bodily reaction as much as a cerebral one. So yeah, just to kind of play with that and see if we could make the scares, and also the science of scares is so interesting. You know, the psychology around how to make people scared and what people are scared by, you know, and you'd be surprised that there were scenes that we did that we thought maybe would be scary, but people didn't respond, and then other ones that we thought maybe not so much. And it's interesting, and how technical. I love how technical horror is. It's about beats and timing, and it's so precise, and it's a real science. So, you know, as an actor, you go into something and you want to believe your surroundings and be immersed by it and just be real and play with the truth. But with horror, you have to be like, okay, no, stop. Look over your shoulder, hand down, demon, you know, react. So it was an interesting process for me, because I hadn't done it before, but it's a process I'd like to do again. And, you know, it's something, yeah, to marry the physicality and the kind of the cerebral element, you know, can make for some very interesting cinema. So, yeah, it's a genre I'm very intrigued by.
¿Cuál fue el papel de James Wan en esta película?
He was hands-on. I mean, James Wan is not someone to let his passion, you know, go by the wayside. He would film Fast and the Furious and then come onto our set after, you know, in long hours, and he was so passionate. You know, he's someone who has the most energy, and, you know, I think when you love what you do, it kind of, you exude it. And he's a testament of that. And he'd be like, okay, Annabelle, you're gonna run down the corridor, you're gonna fall, but he would do all the action as well, you know. So he was very, very, very passionate, and a wonderful, you know, support for me, and that, you know, I always had someone to talk to if I needed to get in the zone, or, you know, keep my energy up. Yeah, and he's at the top of his game at the moment, and he's a real connoisseur of the genre, and I felt in very good hands, knowing that he was a part of it. So I was very lucky. I'll do it again any day.
¿Te gustaría una secuela?
I would like to be in a sequel. Hey, as long as it's still called Annabelle, I mean, this could go on forever. I would. I feel very proud of the movie, mostly because it was a very harmonious set. We all very much enjoyed working together, and we worked really hard. And we had 25 days to shoot, not the same budget as The Conjuring, and there were limitations. And I think the movie and its success is a real testament to everyone involved, from all the areas of the crew, and to have a chance to work with all of them again, I'd be very, very happy to. And of course, Warner Brothers and New Line, those guys. But yeah, they're good. It was a very good experience. So I'd love to do it again.